That's kind of
This episode of Noonish Sports and Tech is brought to you by High Energy Models and Events, Tech for Troops, T4T, baby, Verve Performance Labs, BetUS, where the game begins. Scan the QR code below to bet on your favorite sports games 24/7, 365. The original shot sock, not without my shot socks.
particular thing. And I may have reasons why I believe that, but I'm willing to entertain the fact that I don't know everything. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Man.
What's up, good people out there in the world today? You know, people that love other opinions and the fact that everybody doesn't agree all the time and you can keep on living and moving and shaking.
Possible.
Howdy, y'all.
It can be.
Y'all.
Possible.
No, what's up, man?
Possible.
We are here today, man, with a full house, baby. Back with the 7th episode of Noonish Sports and Tech, man. I'm your host, J.A., a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, here with my brothers, man. With my brothers. We're brothers. You know what I'm saying? Starting out with my first co-host, Mr. El Grande Toro, Jonas Bull in the house. What's good, sir?
He ain't heavy, he's my brother.
Yeah, you know?
My brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Brother.
Then my other brother over here, you know, is half man.
Yeah.
Half amazing. All hands, Mr. 1-2 Bayou. You know, Mr. Yak. Back.
Yak.
More
in the
than
building,
just a
man.
half brother.
What's
Good
going
to be
down?
back,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Good to be back in the bed, right?
Yeah, bro, you in this
exactly.
thing, man.
Exactly.
Mr. Mark Clayton in the house, man.
What's up,
Welcome
man?
back, bro. Welcome back.
Good to be back, man.
Man, happy
Let's
to have
go.
you, bro. You had a few couple good trips and things
Indeed,
going on.
indeed, yeah.
A lot of good activity.
That's
I thought
good.
you was
Good
thought you was
activity.
ducking down because the season was going a little awry. But you know what I'm
No,
saying?
it wasn't right. You know,
I think we know better than that.
We
we
know
had
that
a couple
wasn't the case.
misses.
Yeah.
Just a couple misses.
Hey, but they started bringing it back around, though. They
Figuring
bringing
it
it back
out.
around.
The guys
huh?
are figuring it out.
Yeah.
They're figuring it out.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yep.
But what we do know is TCU is really good. We're gonna talk about that a little bit
Yeah.
later. You know.
Yep.
And
They've been holding it down a little bit.
yeah, man, we're gonna talk about that. But yeah, what y'all been up to, man? What's been good in the hood? You know. Any cool stories the past few weeks, man? Anything crazy happened?
I mean, I'm in those moments.
Yeah.
And I'm in those moments, and when I'm out, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, here's the next moment.
Yep.
I did have a good time. And so the one went to Tampa
Yep.
for an event. Ravens, Tampa Bay.
Oh, nice.
Went in there, smacked that butt last week.
Man, did you go to the
Thursday
game?
night was great. My son went to the game.
Wow, yeah.
I wasn't able to go to the game because I had a court date.
Oh,
I had a
okay.
whole court date.
Whole thing,
It had-
man.
You know,
It
child support is a
happens.
thing.
It
So,
happens, bro.
you know, you
It
got to
happens, man.
address that when
Yep.
and it just happened to be then. But my son got to go to the game,
Nice.
which was really awesome with his step pops, and so they had a great time.
Yeah.
So I was happy that they got to have a good time. I had a good time just being there in the atmosphere and around the crowd and the fan club in Tampa, which is really awesome.
Yep.
And so now I'm back. I got to hang with Rod Woodson.
Oh, nice.
Who'll be here
Man,
with
legend.
the XFL legend. Hall
So,
of Famer.
He's gonna be with the Arlington team?
He's going to be here in Arlington. Yep.
The Renegades,
Yep,
right?
the Renegades. Bob
Nice.
Stoops, head coach in, and then he's on
Bob
the staff
got it.
as well. So that's going to be cool. Bob back in the building too. So
Bob and Rod, that's a hell of a staff right there, man. I'm sure they got some more
three
good guys, you know?
three letter name guys.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Yep. Bob and Rod, you know, 2 Hall of Fame guys too, man.
Yeah. No, but and so that was my last week.
That's what's up.
Amongst other things, but
Man, I used to wear. I
there's
had
more
some
important things
Rod,
to talk about.
Some
had
stuff.
some Rod Woodson shoes back in the Gap.
Did
you know
you?
what I'm saying? Remember when they came out? I don't know if you remember
Rod Woodson?
Yeah,
I remember
bro.
some berries. Were they berries? But they put the colors on the.
Nah,
wasn't-
they might have been. They might have been bears. But
They
they
had
black and white.
Rod, yeah, I think.
And they called them Rod
I wouldn't
Woodson.
say they were. Because they had that little kind of long. Little,
Yeah.
we had to pull it up. But
Yeah, we can pull them up. I remember them though.
Okay.
Rod Woodson. I'm sure Jonas had a pair of them back in the Gap.
don't know.
What's been up with you, Jay? You been chilling, man?
Man, we ain't been doing nothing but playing with cats.
Playing with cats. House full of cats.
House full of cats.
House of cats. Forget House of Dragons.
Yeah.
You know. Did y'all watch House of Dragons?
I'm the mother of cats.
How many cats you got now? 2, 3?
Just 2, yeah.
Okay.
They're
That's hopefully
they're rambunctious.
You got a male and a female?
Let's see.
Yeah.
So they're going to have baby cats?
No.
No baby cats.
No, they're gonna not be male. They're gonna be gender reassigned.
Good, because
They're
you
gonna
can
be
end up with a
reassigned
slew
to
of
nothing.
cats at that point.
Yeah.
Not just a couple cats.
Yeah.
Them cats get after it, and they know how to have lots of babies.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, let's go on and jump into sports, man. We
Yeah,
got
let's
a
get it.
lot to talk about this week, y'all.
Shoot.
You know, we're gonna start out. We're gonna
some
start out with
stuff.
them Dallas Cowboys, man. Let me as soon as I can get this thing right over here.
I heard they won.
Cowboys.
Oh man, them Cowboys been balling, bro. You know what I thought was funny though? Because we went out this year. We beat the Bengals, we beat the Lions,
Early Bengals.
and we beat the Bears. So
They're beating all the animal
Tigers, and
teams.
Bears.
Oh,
Oh my! You know what I'm saying? They all took a L to them Cowboys.
Nice.
You know, came in here shooting them bad boys down, man. So
Don't mess with the Cowboys.
yeah, man. Not right now. Not right now. So what do you think about the Cowboys? I've been wanting to hear your opinion, bro.
dude, it's been fun to see the Cowboys do their thing and ball out. You got the Lions, Tigers, Bears.
Yep.
Oh my.
Lions and Bears, where will they be at the end of the season?
They'll be at home. They'll be
Really?
home watching.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They will be. You pretty sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know because that's Central or is that the North and the NFC?
In the NFC,
With the Bears
yeah,
and
Bears,
the-
North, and Green Bay,
Green,
and,
like that's a
and
very
Minnesota.
But Minnesota's 6-1 though.
Yeah, Minnesota's
they're gonna-
official.
Yeah, they'll be in the playoffs.
Yep, yeah.
I don't see the Bears being in the playoffs
yeah, or Detroit.
or Detroit.
Yeah, I don't see them being in the playoffs either.
They're very scrappy teams, but they're just not getting W's, man. So you think it's the weaker competition that is really helping
I
us
think
excel at this point?
we're
in
still
time?
in the same spot. I
Yep.
think Dallas is in the same spot where it's great roster still, great
Yeah.
team, still a good team. I think Dallas has the ability. They're going to make the playoffs, absolutely. Will they go deep in the playoffs? I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to them, Philly again, because we know what Philly is about.
Yep.
Giants we ain't even went there yet.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And that's good
big.
that those teams are doing what they're doing in that division because
Yeah.
they get to play them twice a year.
Yep.
And we really get to see what Dallas is about.
For sure.
And so I'm looking forward to those matchups and seeing what they show up, what they put on display then.
Yeah. So at this point,
Yep.
Cooper Rush, Dak Prescott, which
Yep.
is the better driver for this team at this point in time? Do you think?
Obviously, Dak gives you more versatility.
Yeah.
The ability to be creative, and I know Kellen loves that, and he taking back like the QB power that they scored on.
Yep.
Beautiful play,
Yep.
and it needs to be in that offense.
For sure.
Period. Keeping defenses on edge. They have to cover everything, every aspect of the field, every player on the field.
Yeah.
And so I like Dak being in that offense for that reason alone. Cooper is a steady man, like in it that almost security of the steadiness that he brings. You could say could potentially be better when it comes to knowing what to expect week in, week out. And have an identity, but what's easier to scheme to play defense against?
Cooper
Also,
Rush, no doubt,
exactly,
no doubt.
'cause
Now your edges
Over the
don't
course
have
of
to be
14,
so-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think to me Dak is the best option
Yep.
for Dallas if you want to go into the playoff and each week is different
Yeah.
and you want the element of surprise.
Yep.
Dak brings that to the table.
For sure.
So that's
I just
That's
want to
easy.
see him win against a good team, because
Indeed.
he's
Exactly.
he's par, bro. He's doing what he does. He beat another fairly bad team. Chicago's got some talent. They went out and beat the Patriots. They handled the Patriots on the Monday
Oh, yeah.
before. But I just want to see him do it against a good team. We saw Cooper
agree.
Rush can beat a good team because he doesn't make the mistakes. He minimizes mistakes. He made mistakes against Philly. He threw some picks. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yep.
But
He sure did.
Dak, he's still throwing the triple coverage. He's still doing some things he shouldn't be doing.
Yep.
But we'll see. Another thing that people are just now bringing up, and I know what I think. You know what I'm saying? But now, Pollard went out, had 14 carries for 131 yards.
Yep.
This past game.
Yep.
And we've seen the explosiveness of Tony Pollard for the past 2-3 seasons now.
Absolutely.
And he went out. Zeke was out last week with an injury.
Yep.
So what do you think? Is it time for Tony Pollard to start? Or how do you feel about that?
Tony Pollard starting. So I don't. You could start Tony Pollard. You could start Tony Pollard and be fine. Tony brings a ton of explosiveness to the table, and it just looks different when he gets the ball versus when Zeke gets the ball. Zeke getting the ball in his younger years, it was it was young Zeke.
He could take it to the house.
Absolutely. Zeke getting the ball now, there's some explosion, but there's you can see the wear and tear, and you can see it's calculated.
Yeah.
He's a great player that knows how to make plays.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to home runs, making a play and it being a home run or potentially a home run, Pollard brings that to the table hands down.
Yep.
I don't know that you start Pollard, but I would almost split carries 50-50.
Yeah.
In some capacity, because I think he needs the ball in his hands because
sure.
he's dangerous.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, it sounds like what they have is depth.
True.
Absolutely.
Which
They,
is
they
super
have
valuable.
they have multiple. Like they just need to use them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I agree with you. You know, I one thing I love about Zeke is that he keeps us on schedule, and I've been saying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tony Pollard, not too many times this last game, but in the past, he'll, -1, -2, -1, 2 yards, and then bust one for 50.
Exactly.
Where Zeke, but in those -1, -2, those are 3 and outs that are not taking place.
Doesn't happen. Yep.
Right? But Zeke is, he'll put us in a, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and I love that consistency. I love the small chunks. I love the fact that he takes that. He beats the defense up, man.
He does.
He's the one that's laying the
He's
board.
lean. Yeah,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
falls forward.
Yeah, bro. He's always falling forward. So,
Yep.
I think that again allows for Tony Pollard to go in and with that extra gear, and find those holes and and create a lot of those big plays with minimal carries. And the longer we can keep him fresh, bro, I think they help each other. I think they're going to make each other play longer. If they choose, if we can figure out how to keep Tony Pollard here.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, he's going to be in high commodity. Like he's a hot commodity.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Because that's a 2,000-yard running back between the two of them. You know what I mean?
It is.
2,000 plus. If you put their stats and numbers together and what they're doing, I mean they're special together. So that's something the Cowboys are going to have to figure out. It's been a lot of. I guess the trade deal ended yesterday.
Trade deadline was
deadline yesterday. And Cowboys, one great move we made was bringing Hankins on, and that wasn't a big splash, but it was a big splash to me a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see that big boy getting that mix, dog.
Yep.
Because that's that run stopper we need. He's gonna clog some things up in that middle.
Yep.
And Sheldon Richardson, we talked about it last week. Nandakung Suh, they're still out there, man.
They're still out
free
there.
Free agents, and there's one more free agent.
Big good late season addition.
There's one more free agent that I'm hearing a lot of buzz about coming to the Cowboys, and that's a wide receiver by the name of Odell Beckham.
Yep.
So if we get Odell Beckham Jr. out here, man, then we might
get interesting.
Yeah, things could get real interesting.
It could get
real
very
fast.
interesting real fast.
And rumor has it that he wants to come to these Cowboys. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, hands in the air.
Hey, let's see what happens, man.
We're gonna find out.
I do know one thing: Dak's gonna have to hit him. So.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's still scary to me because I still see some overthrows. Even though I will say I feel like Cooper Rush has made him be very fundamentally sound when his pass game, like his footwork, like his release. He's getting the ball out much quicker now. I've noticed that, and he's not taking anything for granted. It seems every throw he is on point mechanically. And he's looking better right now. So I got to give that to Dak. It ain't hard for me to do. I'm gonna give the man his credit when he deserves it.
Okay.
This is what I want to see. I told you I'm like the wild thing guy on Major League Baseball, bro. As soon as my team start winning, I'm gonna turn my hat inside out, the right way.
No doubt.
Turn my jersey back on the right way. So
okay.
But yeah, man, there's another team, up in that Northeast that we like to discuss on this here show.
Yep.
By the name of the Baltimore Ravens, man. You talked about it a little bit. They went out and put that whooping on Tampa Bay, man.
Oof.
Yeah.
It was interesting because Tampa Bay came out. I was like, oh, Lord, here we go.
Yeah.
Right.
It's more quick.
It's like, we go 3 and out. There they go, boom. I was like,
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. I know they're desperate, for a win. They had, coming off a couple L's. And I know Tom ain't gonna lay down. No. They ain't gonna let them lay down.
No. Yeah, and Tom been going through his divorce situation.
Off the field, yeah.
Yeah, man. And we talked about this with Tony last week. Off the field stuff can affect the way you play, like big time.
Yeah. Oh, it can get in there.
Absolutely.
It can get in there.
And getting your mind, especially,
believe it or not,
at a quarterback position. And we say that this is a place where we come to get away from everything else going on in life, but yet and still we're human, bro. Like,
absolutely.
You can't help but to, throughout the week, like your focus ain't as sharp.
No doubt.
They say he's not been in the building like he typically has been in years
No
past,
doubt. No doubt.
We're seeing the result on the field.
Yep. It's a game of inches.
Yeah.
Like, and no different than how stress can affect your body from sickness purposes, like it can bring on those things as well.
Yeah.
But also your nervous system and how you actually move.
Yeah.
Like stress, also, is shown to bring some decrepitation, some inflammation, all that stuff. That matters on the field.
Yeah, man.
Especially at 45.
He looking slimmer in the face this year.
45.
He ain't been eating like he's supposed to be eating. Like
matters, man.
He going through some things.
It matters. It matters.
Shout out to him for that, man. And what you don't want to do when you're going through some things is have to play Lamar Jackson.
And that Ravens defense.
That Ravens defense, man.
Right. You don't.
Bro, and they just got stronger.
They did as the game went on.
So it was a good showing by the Ravens, of course. It was pretty much a dominant performance. To me, they dominated that game.
Right.
The score was much closer than what it looked.
Oh, for sure. It was the inverse of what we had been doing.
Yeah.
It's coming out dominating and then fizzling in the end.
Yeah.
Came out, took some adversity, took it on chin, bounced back, and then from mid-second quarter on was just, especially after halftime, it was Ravens Central.
Yeah. So do you think this is the win that starts to catapult their season in the direction? Because they haven't had a bad season to this point. They lost some close games.
No, no.
Right?
No.
Like they typically, if they lose, it's typically a close one at the end, or they're losing.
Yeah.
But do you think this is the one that's going to catapult them onto their
kind of put us on a run?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're due, to go on a run. I think bringing in Roquan, great signing. Just added another level of energy and wisdom, and he's an all-pro for crying out loud.
Yeah, bro.
I can't express how happy I am that EDC did that.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're due to go on a run here. But so far throughout the season, to me, I'm like, man, this is a Super Bowl team that's just missing.
Yeah.
Like we just missed it, and nobody's dominated us. Like we've actually dominated everybody to a certain point, and just
the end of the game, that one quarter.
That one quarter or them last couple minutes.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, you know how it is. Sometimes I know in baseball, sometimes you get a big lead, long game, a lot of game left.
A lot of game.
Big lead early. Then by that 5th or 6th inning, people start getting bored and not really into it as much as they were at the beginning of the game. Yeah. And then next thing you know, the other team just came back by down 10 and beat you by 1.
And that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to rally back. It's hard to get that motor back.
It's hard to get it back. Yeah.
It is. So you think that's kind of what's been going on with the Ravens at this point?
I do. Which is a learning experience.
Yeah.
This team figuring it out, learning how they win.
Yeah.
Not Ravens last year or before, but how they win.
Yep.
And so which is what I love about the season, or any season, any professional season or any season period. Like throughout the season, you want to win games, but ultimately you're learning. You're learning yourself. You're learning this is how we win.
Yep.
And ultimately you want to go on to win championship. But we're in a great spot.
Man,
we're in a great spot.
That's an interesting point, because we talk sometimes about Moneyball and play into the stats and machine learning.
Yeah.
And that's a good point, because just because the stats say you should have a winning team, it does not necessarily mean that you even have a team, much less a team that can work together and win as that team this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because it's always the personalities are different.
Yeah.
The
absolutely
intangibles that we talk about sometimes.
Yep.
And then even year to year, talking about Brady. There's off the field things, there's age, there's maturity that comes into play.
Yep. That's not in the algorithm.
And it's not in the algorithm.
A fight in the locker room is not in the algorithm.
No,
right.
That's not, bro. That's not what you want.
It's not in the algorithm.
Yeah, man, it's not what you want. And it's going to affect
the
team.
Yeah. It does.
No matter what anybody says. And that's,
morale.
We can take it to Golden State right there with Draymond and Poole, and you've seen it. Golden State 3-4. Like what?
Like what?
To start the season? Like what? What
that,
is this
that
about?
team, like that team.
Yeah, it's the same guy. Like so, that took a little bit out of him. You know, there's some chemistry situations and issues going on right there. Yeah, bro.
Chemistry can be good. Machine. It can also be bad.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and you mentioned this slightly, but how big of a move was picking up Roquan Smith?
It's like picking up this past generation's, I would say Ray Lewis equivalent. Like, for like what he's done so far in his career as a player and how he's looked at across the league. I don't know where he's at on the top 100 players, but I know he's up there.
Yeah.
I just believe that what he's going to bring with what we already have is kind of that extra little warrior aspect. Like you know, it's a little more, and what Ray was and what he brought mentally, not only on defense but to the offense too. I think Roquan has somewhat of a experience in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I think he rubs off like that. It'll rub off like that.
That's gonna be nuts in the middle of that defense, bro. Because y'all went out and picked up Pierre Paul.
JPP.
Who's a stud, man. He might not have all his fingers, but he's still a stud.
Still getting it.
You know?
So I grab you with 3. I got. Yeah, they strong. You know, just take my strong hand.
That boy grip strength is ridiculous on them fingers. Nah, bro, like y'all got a really stout defense, man. And that's, when you think about Super Bowl Ravens teams of the past, that's what drove the squad, was the defense.
It was.
Yeah, man. And y'all don't have Joe Flacco playing QB right now. You know what I mean?
We don't.
I'm not talking down on Joe.
Which is interesting because just think that Super Bowl team with Joe was probably the most pass happy a Raven team had ever been in the history of Baltimore.
Yep.
But the offensive coordinator was also Jeff Caldwell, who come from Indianapolis.
Oh, man.
Peyton Manning, who we don't even have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so I can only imagine the air that he breathed into Joe and the confidence that Joe had by just having him as your OC.
For sure.
So, hey, this is what we're running.
Yeah.
Look for the shot.
Yeah.
Take the shot.
Man,
that wasn't the mentality before that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because y'all been a run-heavy team for a while, but
for sure.
Yeah, man, they still are, as they should be, right? That's how that AFC East. That's how they do it.
No, Big Ben.
Yeah.
No run heavy.
Yeah.
No run heavy.
Yeah, you're right.
They slinging that thing 4-5 wide.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just a matter of who's running the ship and how they're developing their talent. Yeah. Like what scheme are you running? How do you develop the talent in that scheme?
Gotcha.
That's it. And guys that do it good, it shows.
Yeah.
Ones don't, it shows.
Yeah. And speaking of ones that where it don't show when they don't do good, who's off? We're gonna go to who's on and who's off right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
let's do it.
Who's off? The whole NFC South. Right? Yes. This is a division where they were battling. It was 2 3-4 teams battling for first place in the division last week. And that would be your Atlanta Falcons and your Carolina Panthers, who have gone through everything. Right?
Quarterback on that third quarterback?
Yeah, now right? PJ Walker. They got a USFL guy starting. He's the number 1 guy. And he's balling.
And he's balling.
Yeah, it's another USFL guy in the league right now balling. I can't think of who it is. Yeah,
was Heineke a USFL guy?
That's who it was.
Taylor Heineke.
Yep, Heineke. And he is now Washington is now on a 3-game winning streak.
They are on a 3-game winning streak.
Right? Mm-hmm. So who's off right now? The NFC South. We're talking about this whole division, I think, is 8-21.
Yep.
Or 12-21 or something like that.
Oof.
Right? That's bad, bro. So we're talking about the Bucks sitting at 4-4, I think. I believe they're either 3-5 or 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
No, 4-4 is leading the division, and that's the Falcons. Bucks 3-5, Carolina 3-5, and the Saints are, I believe, 2-6.
Oof, that's correct.
That's horrible.
That's pretty bad.
Sorry about that.
Sound like NFC East at
you know
one
what
point.
I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like a reverse, man.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse, but you know who's hot? Let's go and get
NFC East is killing.
21-8 in this conference right now. And Washington has half of those losses. They're 4-4.
Right.
The Commanders are 4-4.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we're talking about an undefeated Philly squad.
Yeah.
2 2 5-2 teams between the Cowboys and the Giants. 6-2 teams between the Cowboys and the Giants, and a 4-4 Commanders team. Who loses the name category? They're over as long as they have that name. But in this win and loss thing we talking about right now,
for nothing in the name category.
The NFC East is going off, and that's such a shocker because man, they've been a laughing stock for years, bro. For years they just have not gotten it right. But that guy up in the New York, Daboll.
Yeah, Daboll.
That dude there, man, I don't know what he's done.
They love him, man.
But the whole culture has changed, like in an instant up there,
he's
bro.
great,
You know, and what is it? Is he just bringing good energy to the room? Like, what is it about this guy?
But it's a combination of everything. If somebody steps in, first, you're in the locker room with men, so energy and respect.
Yeah.
So whatever that first team meeting was, whatever every team meeting was to follow, obviously they're bought in. Like we're on the same page. We respect. Like we're in. Then is game management.
Yeah.
Like OC, DC, scheme, and then game as it goes. How do we make adjustments under pressure to win a ball game?
Right.
And then players making plays to win the ball game.
Yep.
And so I mean they obviously they have great leadership in their front office, and their coaching staff is very talented.
Yeah.
And they're putting their guys in position to win games. Saquon is their guy. They make sure Saquon gets the ball.
I was just about to say
all the time in different positions, different like Saquon. And that's simple, stupid, smart.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Saquon Barkley is back.
Make sure this guy gets the ball all the time.
Man, bro, like how hard was that to figure out, man?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Like, it's Saquon Barkley we talking about, bro. Like
it's Saquon, man.
He's a dog, bro.
He's a dog.
He's the number 1 draft pick for a reason. Y'all went out and spent your number 1 pick on this guy.
Yep.
And I know he's had injuries the past couple seasons, or the year before.
He was
really recovering last year.
Yeah. So
but still, bro.
2 seasons, right? Yep.
Yeah, man. And then
But Danny Dimes has been consistent.
Yeah.
He's made plays under pressure. He's made plays down the stretch. He's led them to I don't know how many comeback wins, but Danny Dimes is official.
He is.
Like,
so
he's a baller.
Tell me this. Who do you think the Giants would be better at quarterback with if Geno Smith was still be there? If Geno Smith was still there?
I think Geno had to be where he's at to be doing Geno things.
Yeah.
I think
Pete Carroll's getting the best out of him.
Yeah, because it's relational still. You know, like certain guys connect. It's like with our kids, I can tell my kids something, but somebody else can tell them something, and he gets it, and it sticks. Yeah. For whatever reason,
same thing with the same words.
Same thing, same exact word, different source.
Yeah,
worked. I feel like that dynamic is important too. There's so many variables to success or being successful at that level, and the team ultimately winning at that level. But I think Geno had to be where he's at for it to be what it is. Like,
I mean, he's by far he's got the highest completion percentage in the league right now.
Oh God, yeah, Geno is
crazy. He's throwing dimes out there in Seattle, bro.
Yeah, I don't even. Is it comeback player of the year? I don't know what it was. It's comeback because he wasn't in last year, right?
No.
So yes,
he's got to be comeback player of the year. He played a little bit when Russ got hurt, but
he wasn't the guy.
He wasn't the guy that people were scheming for, and he's still out there doing what he's doing right now, man. With a rookie running back behind him,
who ain't no slouch. Walker the third showing out.
Pretty solid, bro.
Walker the third showing out.
But yeah, man, that's what's going on in the NFL, man. Let's switch it on over to the NCAA, man. Get some of that good OU talk.
Boom.
Oh, who you talking about, man? We talking about OU this week, man. These guys, they are starting to come together. What I appreciated the most about the win against Iowa State was that 13 points.
Man, tell me about it.
Man, it seems like that defense
under 100-yard rushing.
Yeah, bro. What has changed? They didn't have that 3-man.
They wasn't on that 3-man front, goddamn. Get that shit out of here, cuz I love you, but nah.
Yeah, bro. So what is they just? Do you think it was just took them time to understand the talent who was out there, and put them in a position to succeed?
Yeah, I think so. As I've thought through why we were in that and we're running that and really trying to make that work, I feel like it was a test. Mm-hmm. Like they were willing to see it through. Yeah. Like we're gonna run this, and it didn't work this time. Maybe we'll coach it up another week, and maybe they'll get it and it'll click, and we'll I feel like it had to be.
Yeah.
But looking at what we did last week, so I'm proud because I see the progression.
Yeah.
I can see like now we're running this scheme and now we're starting to put a 5-star here.
Yeah.
And then a 4-star cornerback over there. And then we're at a 5-star, safety or a 3-star that came in with a 5-star and outplayed him. And so he's starting at, DN. Whatever. I see us starting to put in the pieces, the talent into what I feel like he's putting guys in position to make plays.
And these are all younger guys you're talking about.
These are younger guys. Well, some of the guys that were still starting, but younger guys are in the mix now.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But it's like whether they make the play or not, that's on their talent.
Yeah.
But the scheme is putting them in positions to make plays.
Yeah.
I cannot. There's no. I mean, at that point, you're like, okay, like we're good. I love that as a player, and as a receiver or any player in any position to know that, man, I like running these routes and they're calling these routes so I can be at my best.
Yeah.
So I can help this team win. I also feel good about running these routes because they're my favorite routes. This is the stuff I love to do.
Yeah.
Bro, I feel like we're in that space, and now it's just a matter of the guys, just continuing to learn and continuing to step up and make plays when their opportunities are presented.
Yeah, man. And it's also good to see a healthy Dylan Gabriel back in the saddle. Quarterback. Makes all the difference in the world, right?
It's night and day.
Yeah.
It's night and day.
So, y'all got a young guy coming in from Denton Guy next year. Is still going to be Dylan's team next year, you think? He'll be a senior next year, right? Or is he a senior this year?
Is Dylan a senior this year?
I think he's a junior this year, right?
Yeah, I think he has another year left.
Okay.
And so, I think we're rocking with Dylan, especially if he's back. Like, it's Dylan all day.
Yeah.
The dude is exceptional. I think, and obviously having this season and the rest of the season to grow in the system as a young man is going to, speak volumes for what next year is going to look like.
Yeah,
but
that dude's
it's easily Dylan's team.
Yeah, he's got it.
Like,
he
not even
carries
a question.
himself like he's the man,
Oh yeah,
and I love it, bro. I love watching it. But there's another guy that is having an exceptional season, and you said he would, by the name of Eric Gray, number 0.
Gray, man.
He's rushed for 700 plus yards already. Y'all, what, 7 games behind?
We are 8.
8 games behind you at this point, right? And he's pushing 800 yards. He's almost averaging 100 yards a game, bro. With shared time with other backs.
That's right. That's right.
And the kid just looks very explosive every time he gets the ball, bro.
Dude, it's like patient and then shot out of a cannon. I'm like, yeah. And some of the moves, bro, he can put that foot in the ground and go the other way. Like, that is what I saw when he first got there. And I was always like, I don't understand why we don't feed this guy more.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm so happy that he's getting this opportunity, to shine and taking full advantage of it. Fortunately, staying healthy. And the rotation, I think, is a help for everybody because,
for sure.
We could just keep fresh legs in.
Fresh legs, bro.
Keep them coming, and I love it. But when he gets it, dude, he's a threat. He's a home run threat, but he going to make somebody miss and get some extra yards.
Is Eric Gray a draft pick in the 2023 NFL draft?
Eric Gray is a draft pick. Running back today, not as valuable. Just in the overall scheme period is more running back by committee. So late round potentially. I don't know what their grade is, but off top I'm thinking like he's a draft pick, but he's a later, like mid to later round guy.
Yeah, so he is an NFL guy to you.
He's a 1,000% NFL guy.
Yeah, he seems to be that way,
He can
man.
run it, he can block, he can catch it. So yeah.
Oh man.
And he's at the U.
Yeah.
OU.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's the new you, huh?
Man, running back you. We've had some guys.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Peterson. Who's my guy right now? Joe Mixon.
Up
there in
DeMarco
Cincinnati,
came
man.
through.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray.
P-Ron in the backfield with
P-Ron
Mixon.
still going. Yeah, bro. Like,
Yep.
yeah, OU's always had them backs, man, for forever.
Yeah.
They've had those running backs. So, there's a lot of solid games this week, man. I gotta, shout out to them Notre Dame boys, man. They
showed
went
up
down and beat Syracuse. They beat number 16. Syracuse handled those guys pretty well, man. Beat them 41-24. Started the game with a pick 6.
Oh,
how you doing?
That's a lovely way to start.
Yeah, man. We got a defensive focused coach up there as well, in old Marcus Freeman.
Yep.
And man, ND. I mean, we took some lumps on the head. We lost to Stanford a couple weeks ago.
Right. Right.
Lost to Marshall, bro.
Marshall, bro. Oh. You're a Marshall?
Yeah, bro. I mean, we can't come back.
With no Randy Moss with the candy cane socks?
No Randy Moss.
They didn't even have the candy cane socks. Still took the L.
Still took the L, man. It's all good though. But I'm proud of my guys, man. We have 2 special running backs right now.
Yeah.
Diggs and the other guy, I can't. His name. It's a crazy last name, bro. Or a crazy name. Period.
Okay.
Number 7, but this guy is like. Look like the bus almost, bro.
Oh, really?
Trucking guys, bro.
Love it.
Just running through high knees, just crazy.
Bring it back.
So I love it, man. Proud of those guys.
Bring it back.
Bro, we got to talk about K-State putting them lumps.
K-State is the best team in the Big 12.
Besides TCU?
Over TCU. They did beat them. If Adrian Martinez is starting, K-State whoops TCU.
Really?
14 probably.
Really? Man,
really,
bro,
K-State is the best team in the Big 12 right now.
They are good, and that backup came in. They beat them. They blew the doors off of OSU, 48-0 with a backup quarterback.
He had a week of practice.
Man, they came
a week of practice.
He had a week of practice. He didn't have a week of practice for TCU.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
If Adrian Martinez is in the game, they're whooping TCU's butt.
Yeah,
K-State is the best team in the Big 12, bro.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Man,
that's a saying. He said it 3 times, so it's real.
That's for the Son, for the Holy Spirit.
TCU is really good, man.
They are really good. Yeah. I'm just K-State got something, and I like what TCU is doing. They're playing good defense. They're great defense. They're playing good defense. Yeah. But their offense, like they definitely found something with Duggan and the guys they have around them. The run game is solid. K-State's run game is damn near unstoppable, especially when Adrian's in.
Wow.
It is damn near unstoppable, like literally unstoppable.
This backup quarterback can't run. He's back there in the pocket.
He can run enough.
Yeah.
Which they still scheme up, some QB runs, and they work. I'll just say it. They work, but with Adrian, instead of 8-yard, gain or whatever the backup is getting, those are 20-yard gains.
Yeah.
Like and maybe touchdown. Like I don't know, but K-State.
Man,
so telling you.
Where does that put K-State in terms of NCAA overall?
Well, it doesn't matter because whoever wins if anybody wins the Big 12 apart from TCU, they are not going to the Final Four. Like they're not going, and it's okay. This year is this year, and so everybody's playing for, 5th, 6th, and beyond. At this point, it'd have to be something crazy happen at the top for TCU to actually get in there that I don't see happening because those top 6 are really good.
So I mean, I call Duggan Baby Tebow.
Oh no, he's better than Tebow.
Throwing the ball, he's better than Tebow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm just saying winning. He's wearing number 15. He can run.
Okay.
That's why I call him Baby Tebow.
Duggan, bro, no, don't. Yeah. All right. I'll take the 2 Heisman Tebow. The fact that he was a dominant player in college football.
Yeah, that's
and an amazing leader.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
he's no Tebow.
So Tebow's the Baby Duggan then, if that's the case,
If that's the case, I'll give you that.
Yeah, bro, because I'm just saying he's an explosive quarterback, bro, and they I've seen TCU 2 or 3 times this season get down early and fight back for that win.
Yeah,
it says a lot about the coach first of all, and a lot about the team's mentality.
Yep.
Right, and you got a bunch of guys that just stick to it.
Yep.
They don't stop. They don't quit. You know, but they got a really good quarterback to have a lot of confidence in as well. Bro.
They do.
And from what I understand, they got a receiver out there that might be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Williams.
Is it Williams?
Number 1.
Yeah.
Big guy with the dreads.
Big guy with the dress. Yes.
Yeah, bro. Is he that good?
He's a playmaker. I haven't seen any film. I haven't watched anything with just him specifically, and just watched him run routes, watch what he's doing.
Yep.
But no, I mean when it comes to first round receiver is somebody that 1 passes the eye test, 2 I know can make plays, and they do it consistently week in and week out, in and week out. Versus top talent.
Yeah.
He's in that. He's definitely in the amongst those talks.
Got you. So I got a question, bro. So have you ever heard of 2 teams having the same ranking in the same week?
No.
Because last week, Wake Forest and USC were both ranked number 10 by the Associated Press. Ain't that?
Have they ever?
That's the first time I ever seen that. They were both ranked number 10, bro, and then they had number 12. No, there was no number 11 ranking last week.
I never seen that.
I had never seen that either. You know, and I know Wake Forest, you know, has had a great season. They lost to Clemson barely, right earlier in the year, but they, you know, came back before they've had a solid season. Now they lost this past weekend, right, to Louisville. They got handled pretty good, but had they not lost, we would still have an issue this week.
Certainly,
because USC went out and won.
Yep.
So
interesting.
I was wondering if I missed something.
If there was 2 number 4s and then 6, was that a coin toss? Like
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, and there were probably some interesting conversations. Coming up with that.
Yep.
I had long years ago when I was in college, the second time, I had a professor that had put together his list of the top 100 rock, pop, R&B, whatever, you know, popular music songs of all time. Of all time.
All time.
And he said that he made us guess which ones different sections of the list throughout the course, and gave some extra points and stuff like that. It was fun.
That's cool.
But he said that like coming up with like number 1, like 1 through 5 were easy. He's like, I knew what those were immediately.
Yeah. 2
like,
through 5?
75.
Oh, number 75.
That was a challenge.
Yeah.
It's like
definitely.
And so I'm wondering if, like, you know, okay, number 1, yeah, we know who that is.
We get that.
Number 2, that's
3,
pretty sure.
Yeah.
Get down to 10, it's like, well, you know, it could be, or maybe.
Both of these guys,
yeah,
you know, USC and Wake Forest, like.
And then if I understand how they make those decisions, it's not like just one guy sitting there juggling numbers. It's like a committee that kind of comes together.
Going back,
So now you're imagining like a bunch of guys in a room like arguing back and forth. No,
right, exactly.
But they had this many yards.
USC,
but they had this many yards.
Exactly.
It was like.
And somebody was like, we're talking about number 10, y'all. They can both be 10.
That would be like,
who's 12?
Keep going.
Yeah, bro. No, that was
we got a deadline.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I just figured I'd point that out, man. But we know, you know, USC is going to take the spot now that Wake Forest lost last week, unfortunately. USC went out and handled Arizona last weekend, so... You know, they're having a pretty decent season. I think they took 1 L early in the year, but I think
Utah, that tight end.
Yeah,
man.
Utah.
Whoever that tight, that was it's crazy.
Yeah, and they knew they was gonna beat them too.
It was crazy. I can't even think of the guy's name. The tight end that he I want to say he had 11 catches for about 200 and almost 50 yards.
Wow.
His season receiving yard total
for USC or Wake
from Utah was 284 yards.
That boy was tired after that game, boss. He's like, man, hold up now.
Oh my gosh,
I came out here and ran more than I ran all year.
All year.
One game.
One of the great.
That's crazy.
It looked like a Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Really.
Keith.
It's like, hey, make an adjustment. Get out of cover 3 or whatever y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like he's buzzing up the scenes.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Keith.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Number 86.
Oh, good news. Jackson State. They did not break the water system.
They did?
No, they did not.
They managed to not break the water system.
They had a great time. Game day went out there, minus Lee Corso. Lee Corso got sick. First time
drank
ever.
The water.
Game day went out to Jackson State University and had their whole college game day. Yeah, man.
That was the first time ever at a HBCU?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I believe
it is.
I'd like to say yes.
Yeah. I think so.
I'd like to say yes, man.
I want to say I looked that up already.
Other.
And they did not disappoint. They went out and beat up on Southern 35-0. It started out good, but it got away from them real fast. So
nice.
Yeah, man. That's Jackson State. That's how they do. You know. That's how they do, man. So
championship.
Move on to the MLB. This won't take too long at all. You know, I told y'all about that Bryce Harper.
First to be televised for sure.
Yeah. I told y'all Bryce Harper is the man, and I stand by that.
Man.
And the young man, I call him the LeBron James of baseball. You know, because they've been following the kid since he was 15. Sports Illustrated articles. The man, when he was 15 years old, hit the roof at Tropicana Stadium down in Florida. You know, upper deck, like, bow.
That's insane.
Crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy. 15 years old.
Yeah.
He stopped going to high school early, went to junior college at 17, and then went straight to the pros.
Yep.
Went to the league. And, people are like, where's Bryce Harper? And all this,
Yeah.
The man has quietly been the best player in the league, bro. The best hitter, I should say, in the league for the past 2 seasons. He was number 1 in OPS last year. He was number 2 in OPS this year. All right, that's on-base percentage plus slugging. That's what that means. And then that means that you're on base a lot and you're slugging.
The guy in New York?
No. He was number 2 to the guy down in Matt Olson. For the Braves.
Okay.
Yeah, he was with the Athletics last year. Went to the Braves. No, the year before last. Went to the Braves last year.
Yep.
Matt Olson can swing. Lefty.
Yep.
The guys, he swings. He was in the home run race last year. We was talking about. We was like, who's this Matt Olson guy that came out of nowhere?
Right.
So, he was number 1 only because Bryce Harper broke his hand this year early in the season.
Gotcha.
Late in the season, he came back very late, right? September-ish, getting back in his groove, and man, has he caught his groove. But he's got 6 bombs in the playoffs right now. Count them up, 6. First pitch. This was what's crazy about this. His last pitch in Philly Stadium, when he hit a home run to take the Phillies to the World Series, or his last pitch that he saw, he hit a home run to take the Phillies to the World Series, right at home. His first pitch at home yesterday put him up 2-0 with a home run. So his last 2 pitches that he's seen, at that point, were both bombs, bro.
Bomb.
Pitches.
Game changer.
Yeah. Not at bats, but pitches. Right?
Wow.
He hit a pitch, bomb, comes back. First pitch he sees last night, bomb.
First pitch. Like,
yeah. Yes, in the first inning.
Ain't even no count. Ain't no pitch.
First pitch.
No
first
pitch
inning.
count. Give me that.
Let's go.
Give me that. And then the Phillies went on to hit 5 bombs in last night's game, bro.
Wow.
So, evidently they say the pitcher was tipping his pitches. And, you can tip your pitches in a number of ways. There was something that we used to always look for called the boner finger. Right? And anytime a pitcher would get ready to throw his off speed, you see his finger do this number. Because he's pulling down so hard so he can get on top of that pitch.
Gotcha.
So whenever that boner finger came out, you knew off speed was coming. When that boner finger didn't come out,
speed.
sit fastball.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so there was something he was doing last night to tip his pitches, but the Phillies absolutely
like a
took advantage
tell.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
they weren't stealing signs.
No. And that's what's great about it. It's against the Astros.
Exactly.
Against the Astros.
Exactly.
Man, if you know me, I don't like the Astros because of that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
There is certain things you can do, to get signs. Like if you're running on second base, you can peep in. If you got great vision, you can, see what the catcher's calling. And, typically you can look towards the outfield. You'll communicate with your third base coach, do like this or something, like I got him, or tip your head, I got the signs.
Gotcha.
Got the signs, and if I look this way, it's fastball. If I look this way, it's curveball.
Gotcha.
Or if I'm on my knees, it's fastball. If I'm up, it's curveball.
That's good. So that's okay.
That's a part of the game.
That's part of the game.
But taking a cell phone from the outfield or whatever they were doing, beating on trash cans, having a buzzer on your chest, like that's taking it too far. That's cheating.
The buzzer.
That's cheating. Yeah.
A whole
buzzer on your chest.
So if it's on the diamond, it's all fair.
Like
it's all
in
fair.
play.
Exactly.
But if it's outside, if you're trying to do something from like got a camera in the outfield or whatever, zoom lens.
Yep.
Outside of the rim of my
same idea of like the guys with the telescopic microphones picking up play calls in the NFL.
Yes.
And,
that's not
Patriots?
okay.
If it's only, I named no names. No names were named.
I remember that.
And even like coaches, like first base coach, if the catcher's got his legs open too wide and I can see the signs,
that's
I tell my team, hey, first name fastball, number off speed, bro.
Yeah, that's just like sounds like football.
Yeah, if you give it away,
if you get
somebody lines up, receiver line up super wide.
Yeah,
you're probably gonna run some inside.
Right.
Yeah,
but I know you're running. It's gonna be an in route.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna jump that shit.
Yeah,
you line up inside.
Yeah,
it's probably gonna be out route.
Yep.
Like and it's third. Like I'm gonna jump that shit.
And I know they used to watch like certain linemen's knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
When they come out of light knuckles, they know they're
going straight.
If it's light on the knuckle,
I know he's pulling.
Bro. Exactly, man. Exactly. So
those are That's fair game. That's telltales.
Yeah. That's fair. Not cheating. That's just you need to
just observation.
Tighten it up a little bit.
I'm observative. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, you're telling me what you're doing. Take it. Indeed.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go. Do the extra to get.
Not fly a drone over the coach's playbook. Like, look at it, what he's calling. Okay. That's too much. That's too much.
Do that. That's a great idea, though.
That's too much.
I was gonna say that's coming if it hadn't been done yet.
Yeah, man.
So if it hadn't already been done.
You're not gonna do it.
That's when you start getting to like
but the
next level,
way up there. Yeah,
next level deepness.
The new cameras can zoom in. Like
all right, if you're gonna be reading what I'm doing.
Getting that satellite view.
Yeah. Right. If you're gonna read my body language, I'm gonna start faking it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Throw that finger out there or whatever.
That's why you see several guys on the sideline with cards now, because they don't know who's got the numbers or who's got the play call.
Yeah.
But that's good teams have coaches that all they do is look at our tendencies. Yeah. Like, here's some tendencies that I know we have.
Kind of red team.
Tendency report.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
That's what made us so great back in.
We do that.
This is high school. That's what made us so great back in high school. That's why we played state game. Yeah, Coach Barber, because he came with the NFL stuff from the Oilers. So, bro, like, we gave up -1 yards of offense in the state game.
That's crazy.
Because we knew everything they would do by the way they aligned.
Yep.
Or if this guy goes in motion, this is what's coming.
Yep.
And we didn't have a 4-3 bait. Like, we had a defense that was set up for whatever you were doing. Right. Like, we was bringing guys up, but we're taking guys back, bro. Like, we're going to line up to what we know is coming. So we might have 6 down linemen, or we might have 3. It just depends on how you guys line up, right? So, tendencies are everything, especially in football. People don't pay attention to that stuff, man.
No, not most.
Not the typical usual.
It takes work.
Yeah, man.
Takes thought.
Yeah. So we're gonna switch it up to the NBA, man.
NBA.
National Basketball Association.
Oh yeah.
It's back, man. It's back.
I thought it was never broke again.
Yeah, man. Hey, Luka did something else, man.
What Luka do?
He hit 40 the other night against Orlando?
Yeah.
He is the first person since Michael Jordan to start the season with 6 straight 30-plus point games.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Anything
since
we're
Michael
matching up
Jordan.
with Jordan.
Since MJ.
He's on the same page with Jordan, bro.
MJ, man. That's several things he's done that's on the same page with MJ, man. That guy, So, Mavericks are 3-3 now. We're not going to take too long in the NBA.
No doubt.
He's just getting started. Nobody really cares.
Yeah, it's early.
What took the Lakers?
Stat games, baby.
What took the Lakers so long to bring Russ off the bench?
Bro, they're tripping. The first video I saw with the team warming up and Russ was pulling joggers off. They huddling up. Russ
got their hands up,
way the fuck over there, and just like getting ready to play. Like, I'm like, dog, this guy does not give a fuck.
Don't care, bro.
Zero. He do not care.
Yeah.
Like, do not care. But it's like, the old head at playing pickup.
Yeah.
That it's his turn, so he gotta play.
Yep. He gotta play.
He gotta play.
He's up.
Like, fuck. And he wants the ball, and like he feel like he paid his dues. So he gonna hold the rock, shoot air balls. It don't even matter because I paid my dues.
Yes.
And I know y'all gonna say shit to me. Like,
but the whole Akeem Olajuwon knee pads on.
The whole setup.
Got the whole thing smelling like Bengay.
Right.
Yeah, man. But no, the Lakers finally bring Russ off the bench, and they finally see success.
Yeah.
So the past 2 games, right? They had a good game against the Timberwolves, almost won, right? And then they went out and played against the Denver Nuggets, and they beat the Denver Nuggets with Russ coming off the bench, bro. He scored 18 points, had like 8 assists.
He's good off the bench, man.
That's what he needs. It's not
That's
enough balls for him and LeBron on the court.
Right, I agree.
And you take LeBron off, it's like, I got a breather. But now you got Russ coming at you. You don't have a breather, bro.
Right.
You got to have somebody that can defend for a whole game. And I don't know anybody that can defend both of those guys for a whole game.
No, just contain it.
Yeah.
And play offense.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down to the end. So, Russ coming off the bench. As the season progresses, if they don't make a move, Russ ends up in LA. Your end game strategy is Russ on the court
at the end of the game.
At the end of the game,
it depends, man. It really depends, bro. So if I don't know. I don't think so. I guess it depends on the type of game he's having. If his shot's on, yes.
Okay.
If his shot is not on, not so much. Got to put him on. Got to keep him where he lies, right? On that
liability.
Bench. Yeah, man. We got to put our bet at the end of the game. You got to have your best shooters in the game.
Yep.
And of course, you're gonna have LeBron in the game.
Right. So, yeah, those two in the game don't work. It don't.
It's not enough balls, man.
It don't work.
Bro, Tony brought up a stat I didn't realize about Russ. He's shooting 7% from the 3-point line, bro. 7. You know how hard it is to shoot 7%?
That's. Oh my God! I can shoot 7%.
That's 7
like
for the percentage. Yeah, I was gonna say for the percentage.
I can shoot 7%.
That's 7 out of 100.
7 out of 100, bro. 7.
I could stand out. Yeah.
I could probably do that too.
Yeah.
What that means to me is when Russ is in the game, good about that. You got five people basically in the paint because they don't. Absolutely. They don't let him shoot.
You can shoot all day. That's what they say. He with us. Like, oh no, he with us. Hey, let him shoot, bro.
7%, bro. Like, that's bad, dog. That's bad, bro. So just to bring it up, Tony Crispo was here last week.
Yeah.
Played in the SEC at Mizzou, but he was also an Oklahoma City born Sam Houston guy.
Yeah.
You know, went to Sam Houston in high school.
Yep.
Just crazy. We just thought it was cool.
Right.
You know, so we're going to bring him back so y'all can chop it up a little bit about that, man.
Indeed.
Chop it up a little bit. He played quarterback for Sam for a little bit and then transferred to Garland. So, just wanted to bring that up.
Yep.
The Bucks are off to a hot start, man. They're going hard right now. Winning a lot of games. They're undefeated unless they lost last night. I don't know. But up until yesterday morning,
undefeated.
They were undefeated. Yep. So, look out for those guys. They're still doing what they do, man.
It's a long season, man.
Yeah,
at NBA.
Yeah, it is. Now, I don't know if y'all had a chance to watch this. We're going to move over to boxing now. You know, a lot of conspiracy theorists out there saying that Jake Paul fixed another match.
Oh, yeah.
But did you see that? Did y'all get to see the fight against Anderson Silva?
I did not see the fight.
I didn't, and then I heard the outcome and not worth it.
Yeah. I mean, it was actually a good fight.
Was it?
Anderson was clowning him. Anderson hit him hard a few times. You know, Anderson's this is the biggest guy that we've seen him fight at this point.
Yeah.
As far as, size and stature. He's a little taller than Jake, but Jake, came in weighing 4 pounds heavier in his underwear, and Anderson had on shorts and a shirt. And weighed 181. I was like, why you got on shorts and a shirt right now?
He had to jack it up a little bit, get closer to the.
Right. So it was really about 179.
Right. Yeah.
But the Spider, man, it was a great fight. And then the 8th round, bro, at about the 2-minute mark, Jake puts him on his butt, bro. And he caught him, Caught him, man. Anderson stayed, kept his distance the whole time. I guess 8th round, he was just going to get in there and scrap with him. And
nope.
Jake caught him. He didn't knock him out, but he put him on his butt, bro, with one right hook. That same hook he hit Tyron with.
Yep.
Caught him flush here, bow. And Anderson sat it down, and at that moment in time, everybody knew if he didn't knock him out in his last minute, bro, this fight is a wrap.
It's a wrap, son.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
And it was a wrap, son.
Jake Paul still undefeated, man.
That boy on that fuck around and find out meter.
Yeah, bro. Find out if you want to, bro.
Is that the more you fuck around?
Yeah, the more you gonna find out. Yeah,
bro.
That was a great explanation.
That was great.
Man, bro. You know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, we'll send it to you. It's like a chart. Yeah.
He found out.
He totally found it.
He found out. So, rumor has it that this is the fight that is going to bring Floyd Mayweather to the table, and they're going to fight on Showtime.
Okay.
Jake Paul versus Floyd Mayweather.
$300 million.
Man, that's going to be a big fight.
$300 million.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Got to be.
People are going to watch, bro.
Jake is awesome.
Because, he's also a lot bigger than Floyd Mayweather.
Huh?
Floyd's giving up 30 pounds, 40 pounds at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he is the GOAT.
He's Floyd. So he gonna last.
Yeah.
Like, I got no doubt about it. Like, he gonna last.
I think he might frustrate Jake because Jake won't be able to hit
He
him.
won't know what. Yeah, that's different.
And I hope that he beats Jake up.
Right. Rib, couple shots, but rib body.
Yeah.
Rib, like he gonna be in them ribs.
Yeah. The last person that Floyd fought in Dubai on top of that roof.
How tall is Mayweather?
He's like 5'8".
5'8".
Yeah. So he may only be able to reach the ribs.
Yeah,
60.
yeah, man.
What
I mean,
you have to get a chair in there to get up to the face.
160.
Yeah.
maybe 55.
Maybe about 150.
Okay.
He was fighting 140.
Yeah,
that's
oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, bro. So it's a big, but he also fought Logan. That's bigger than Jake.
Logan is
taller,
big, yeah.
like 3
so
inches.
He can move. The thing is, the boy is the GOAT. Like he is, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I don't think we're gonna have to worry about Jake hitting him with a right.
Nah, he knows Jake's punch.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
Of all people, like that guy can take advantage and counter whatever that punch is.
Yeah,
he has the ability.
And that's one thing that no one's done.
Nobody's.
That Floyd is the master at. You threw a punch. Floyd's ducking it and then coming right back. Wow! Hitting you before you get your hands back.
That's right. Because Jake probably has a foot set up.
Yeah.
Or he has a setup to get that off.
Oh, for sure.
That Floyd will absolutely
recognize that immediately. Yeah, bro. It's like playing a guy like me in basketball that only can dribble with one hand. Exactly. I can't go left. My left is flicked.
Yep.
I can't. I made maybe 3 left-handed layups in my life.
Okay. Yep.
Definitely made a left-handed shot.
Definitely.
But it'll mess you up.
Defending me on defense is pretty simple.
It's pretty. Yep.
You know, all I'm trying to do is
take that away.
Cross over here and get back to my right at some point. Yep. So yeah, I think Floyd might do something, man. So that's that with Jake Paul and Anderson. Another big topic going on in the world of boxing right now. Unfortunately, Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence did not come to an agreement. Sad, but now we believe that Earl Spence and Keith Thurman will be fighting, which is going to be a huge fight as well.
Okay.
On December 17th.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man. So here at Texas Stadium or AT&T Stadium.
Yep.
Keith Thurman, he was undefeated until he lost to Manny Pacquiao. But he's been talking cash, money, shiznit about Earl for how long now? For a while, for years, bro.
Right.
And he said he wants to get his belts back and all this other mess. I think he just wants that paycheck knowing he's going to get his ass whooped when he steps in that ring with Earl. Because Earl don't play no game.
Earl don't play no game.
Earl don't talk, bro. So looking forward to that.
He don't talk.
Yeah. I hear that. Looking forward to that matchup, man. I will not be attending if it's at AT&T because I'd rather watch it on TV. That's just how I feel about it. You've
had many of AT&T experiences, so.
Yeah, man. I just rather watch it on TV.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, yeah. And I realize how much I don't like watching boxing at AT&T. But that's just me.
Fair enough.
No down talk. I'm sure there will be several people that attend because please go. If you haven't been, it's an excellent experience, man. You'll have a blast. Get to see Earl like in the flesh. Putting them hands on people, man. You got to go if you haven't been. But we're going to keep this thing moving, man. It's a big deal. Check it out, December 17th. We don't know what, platform, all that good stuff yet, but it's coming. So
cool.
Stay tuned. So now, for our favorite part of the show, Tech Talk with Jonas. What you got for us, Jay?
I don't know. Did anything interesting happen in the last few days? I don't think. Nothing really happened with Twitter or anything, right?
Twitter?
I don't think. Was there anything?
We still got
Oh yeah, that's right. Elon bought Twitter and fired everybody.
What?
That's right.
Elon Musk?
They fired everybody?
Just about.
I thought he was a user-friendly guy. I thought he loved people.
Yeah, but that's not
his people.
That's not the users. That's the executives. Yeah. He did. He fired the CEO. Fired I think the marketing officer. There was a bunch of top level people. Like Twitter basically just got its head cut off.
Yep. Yeah. So you think it was justified?
So on the one hand, I don't think there's any doubt that Elon can and will do things just to be a dick.
Yeah.
So that is you can't rule that out.
Right.
If I understand the meaning of fuck around and find out meter, he's on that scale somewhere.
Right.
But at the same time, Twitter has one of the. So they don't have the highest number of signed up users. That honor still remains with Facebook. But in terms of people signing on, putting content out there, reacting, engaging with content, Twitter's way up there. They've got to be.
Facebook probably has a ton of bots.
They got
like a bot pages.
Yeah, I don't know if Twitter maybe had some bot problems too.
And that's what was kind of holding up the whole selling thing.
Right? That was what was holding up the whole thing. Elon supposedly has discovered, like this is like talking about somebody's court case.
Yeah.
Like you can say a lot of stuff, people can say a lot of stuff, but until it goes through the process, you can't really say it really happened or it didn't.
Right.
But supposedly, allegedly, like Elon's found emails and I guess private message tweets, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like why they own a communications platform, so why are they not using that? But and because he's got access to the stuff now,
Everything.
so he's saying, here's the proof.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Like that's what an allegation is. But he's saying that yes, here's the proof that there's a conspiracy really, but just like we're gonna do this thing that we're not supposed to do. We're gonna downplay these people and
Exactly.
give these people more voice and
whatever,
things like that.
Reach
And
all that.
yeah, so
That's not what the platform is supposed to do.
it's not really what the platform is supposed to do. I mean, if it's
It's supposed to do whatever whoever created and owns it says it's supposed to do.
true, except that when you're talking about that's a good point, and there's some more we'll talk about with that.
Yeah.
Because there's some other interesting things that are maybe coming to light allegedly.
Uh-huh.
But if it's a privately owned company, which it now is, because a single individual basically owns the company.
Yep.
Then yes, it's your company. You do what you want to with it.
Right.
If it's a publicly traded company, then that's not a private company.
That's right.
So it's not owned by a single individual anymore.
Gotcha.
And so
There's regulations.
some different
there's
rules
other
apply.
things that,
Yeah, and so one of the things that we've had a lot of discussion about is I'm drawing a blank on the specific thing, but this section of the Communications Decency Act from a long time ago now in internet terms, like back the 90s. I mean, this has been a while, but one of the provisions in there, one of the articles in there is basically says that content content platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Google, that
YouTube.
other one, are not responsible for the content that people who use the platform put out. So if I say something, promote something that's illegal or say something that's libelous or whatever, the platform is not responsible for that. And so there's been a lot of talk recently about, well, we need to repeal that part of this section part of this law because we need to be able to hold people accountable for things. And that's where this debate starts to be really interesting, because it impinges on so many different things: freedom of speech, privacy, more freedom of speech, religion. I mean, there's all these political things that should you be able to talk about? We're talking about before the show. Like, should you be able to have a conversation about, is this particular school doing racist things? Should we be able to have a conversation about somebody's, anti-Semitism? Are they justified? Are they not? Like, can we have that conversation? All the political things we usually stay away from on this show. You should be able to have a place to have a conversation about those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you say certain things, like if you make an accusation, like we talked about, is Kanye crazy?
Right.
Like if I say that about certain people, not that much of a public figure, but if I say that about certain people, like I can be sued for libel because I'm saying something that's untrue and putting a mark on their name.
Oh, like defamation of character. Type
And
stuff.
even a public figure, you can go too far and say too much and with too much unfounded stuff, and it can get ugly. And if you're saying that the platform is responsible for the content, then you can sue the platform. And guess what? Like, you stand to recover a lot more money from the platform than an individual.
Absolutely.
So, plus there's there's more control that you can put on the platform. So, the question is, like, is Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, are these things the equivalent of a public good? Are they something like, a TV medium? Is it something that we need to have this platform so that we can communicate effectively? And I think there's arguments to be made for that and against it. But if we say yes, we need Twitter and other platforms like Twitter, Telegram, whatever. We need those to be able to communicate and talk about these issues. Then yes, we should keep them covered as far as not having responsibility for everything that everybody posts online.
Yeah.
It's not to say that that they can leave, can or should leave illegal stuff out there. Whatever.
I think
that
as
might
long
be.
as it's not hateful speech or some type of hateful
But
dialogue.
that's relative.
Yeah, but
You can't how you that's what, like, all right, what's hateful? Who gets to say that's hateful and that's not hateful?
Like if you're saying slurs, like whether it's racial slurs or homophobic homophobic slurs or
It's one of the reasons we stay away from this. I don't even know what is okay
racial
anymore.
slurs. Like, what if I say what was deemed as a racial slur, but it's not because I'm saying it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But how does the platform know? Like, that's you can't do that.
Right.
Like,
it's using an A, not you know what I'm saying. Like, but no. So it's that's like that's why you got to squash everything, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense.
Right.
Right. Like, that's why you got to just be like, all right, screw it. We can't have none of that because it's situations like that, or if all the bullying going on and the effect that the bullying is having on kids in schools,
for real.
all that stuff. So you just got to you have to do away with it. But from what I understand, like Elon's he's like you should be able to say what you want to say on these platforms. That's why he bought it, right?
Yeah,
essentially.
I mean, that's sort of again, that's kind of what we were talking about ahead of time. It's like that's sort of
yeah.
Yes. So yes, but that's kind of the general idea. It's like freedom of speech means freedom of speech.
Yeah. So how do you pick and choose which things not to?
And that's the problem,
out, right?
If I say if I'm the party in power or whatever, and I say, well, freedom of speech means that I can say this, free, whatever freedom it is. Like, well, I can do this.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That means somebody who doesn't agree with you can also do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
From their perspective.
And that, man, oof.
But that's what,
And that's
absolutely.
that's literally what what freedom means.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's okay for me to say whatever I want to say as long as everybody agrees with me.
Yeah, exactly.
It means that people can say things that's the whole reason why we have that.
Yeah.
Like the reason why we have those things, and those specific ones, speech, religion, even right to bear arms. Like the reason we called those out specifically in the Bill of Rights is not because you need that bill, that particular part of the Constitution to say, oh, okay, you have this right. We're saying these are so important to us. We recognize that these particular things are so important that we're going to put special language in here to say, aside from the fact that we spelled out earlier that people have these inalienable rights, these ones are special, and you better not fuck with these.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
not. Nowhere in there does it say, oh, and by the way, we're granting you the right to have free speech.
Yeah.
No.
Like, we're giving you the right to free. No, we're saying, not only do you have that right, because you exist.
Yep.
Yeah.
As a
But-
human.
But government, you better not fuck with it.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, I mean, that's
Period.
now we're talking about ethics and morals brought in, not just rights.
Yeah. I mean, but
Right.
Because that
relative again.
Well, and so
it's all relative, bro.
That's right.
It's all relative.
But that's why, like, I guess the sensitivity that's there in that regard. I'm just like, look, at the end of the day, I know I'm not going to agree with somebody,
right?
And I know somebody's probably going to hate me for whatever the reason is,
right?
But because you hate me, I'm not going to. That doesn't make me want to kill you. That's not going to make me mad. Like that ain't like until you actually come mess with my family,
right?
Yeah, like, you come put your hands or you shoot through my windows or you gotta do something.
Yeah,
right.
Words like speech can come from a educated place or an uneducated place.
Right.
Yeah, can come from a hateful place or a loving place.
Yeah.
Often uneducated and hateful, and those things are coming from a place of insecurity. Mm-hmm. So anytime somebody, I can't identify the fact that this person is speaking the way they're speaking, whether it's hateful, uneducated, that's different. We can engage that. Hateful, that's different because I come with a bit of anger and mouth. You can feel that. Yeah. That can provoke somebody to.
Although that a lot of times is also from,
you know what I'm saying?
From ignorance,
which
absolutely.
Absolutely.
But
you can tell the difference between somebody that is just speaking because of this is what they've been told, and then somebody that actually believes, and they think you should be condemned because of your belief. Totally different. But in both cases, to be able to see through where that's coming from, I think, which most I would probably not going to be able to do that, but I think in being educated, like you can kind of see through and having conversation with people to understand, like, look, some people don't agree with you because either the way they was raised, either whatever happened in school or something happened to them. There's a number of things that are the reason why somebody doesn't feel the way you feel, and that's okay. Like that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And up until the point, I try to make it up until the point they put their hands on you. Yeah. Up until the point they're touching, something, or they're trying to burn something, or they're trying to whatever.
Well, and to expand that just a little bit further, or they're encouraging somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Like if you're if you're suggesting, if you're telling somebody else, you should go beat the hell out of Mark Clayton because. He roots for OU.
He don't even like. Exactly.
He doesn't even think the Saints can go to the Super Bowl.
They didn't even support us. They didn't support us when we need. Whatever.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Like at that point, at the point that you are either doing or inciting.
Yep. I agree. That's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
Then you cross the line. Conversation
that can be vile. So what?
Right.
Yeah.
So what?
And if they're not,
and the user has control by doing what? Following or unfollowing?
Right.
Listening or not listening.
Yeah. If you don't want to hear it, just don't.
So what?
You don't have to listen.
So what?
Yeah.
And realistically, and this is the sad part of this is, we make a big deal about it. Some things we just don't seem to care about. If it's in a public forum where you can see that I'm listening to it, or where it's in my face.
Yeah.
But then if it's like some people at the bar, some people around a water cooler at work that are having the same conversation or worse.
Barbershop.
You're like, barbershop is a good example. Yeah. And okay. I may be a little uncomfortable, but I'm not going to say anything. Or worse, I'm just going to laugh and play along with you because I'm in person.
Yep.
It's like, dude, if you think it's bad enough that you want to infringe on people's right to talk about things, just to have the conversation.
Yep.
Then you better man up when it's in your face in real life.
Most don't do that. Most ain't gonna do that.
Most people aren't gonna do that because it's much easier. Because it's much easier to deal to say Twitter needs to restrict that.
Absolutely. I love watching the TikToks or the videos where somebody's walking around with a mic and they ask them about a whatever thing is, and then ask them why. Why do you believe what you believe?
Right.
And often they don't have any depth to the reason why they are so gung-ho about a belief, whatever that belief is. And so you resort to defense.
Yep.
Right.
Defense, anger, frustration, defense. I'm going to put a wall up, and you ain't going to come at me like,
man.
Who are you to tell me? Like, because they know there's nothing under straw. There's hay. There's nothing under your reasoning.
Yep.
And
that
Yep.
is what, when on social media platforms, all it is because there's a lot of straw, a lot of nothing up under.
And some people
fucking reason
are really, really good. First of all, they have a lot of time on their hands. I figured this out. If you ever get into an argument with an old retired guy on the internet,
just be ready to go.
You might as well hang it up because he's got all the time in the world to come up with this stuff.
I got time to do it.
And there are some people who are really good at distracting you from the actual argument.
Yeah. True.
Like
you gotta keep
we're
pulling
talking about Dak versus Cooper Rush.
Yep.
And you like, yeah, but when OU did the same passing strategy, they did this.
No.
You're like, no, that's not.
No.
But that's not what I'm talking about. Like yeah, but it did. It happened.
But
and you're like, yeah, but you completely lost.
Really
and they're good at throwing stuff like just keep throwing those fakes out there.
Defense.
And
that's defensive tactic.
That's exactly what it is. It's a defensive tactic, and some people are really good at that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Most
one of my ex-wives might say I'm good at it.
Yeah, man, don't even. Yeah, there's nothing grinds my gears, like my boy Moon Lambo say, more than somebody that changes the subject of what we're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
And try. It's like.
No, listen.
And I'll tell you something else.
Zip my lips because it's pointless talking to you right now.
This is one of those things where
like,
if you're trying to be smart, like if you're trying to actually address their concerns, you're going to come off way worse in that exchange than somebody who is playing that same game.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's a game. It's a negotiation. It's the same as anything else.
Yep.
Yes,
and if you're playing the same game they are, where you're just like throwing defensive stuff out there,
don't make you any better.
It doesn't make you any better, but you're probably going to hold your own or be pretty close.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're trying to debate them on the merits of the argument, the distraction guy is going to kick the shit out of you because you're going to get lost in
maybe some shit you don't know.
You're like,
well,
that's a good point about OU's passing strategy, and you've lost. You've already lost at that point because you've engaged on something that's irrelevant to the actual conversation.
Absolutely. And that's when you just got to be like, look, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
And stick back to you got to get back to the program. And if they refuse to let you get back there, then like I said, shut it down.
So speaking of changing the subject.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say like reeling it in is like on these platforms as motherfuckers talk.
Yeah.
It is ignorance that produces a lot of the frustration, a lot of the stuff that could incite violence.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, and that defensiveness tends to lead towards somebody stepping across the line.
Crossing the line.
Yeah.
So that you don't have anything to fall back on. You don't have any facts to fall back on. You don't have any
But I can beat your ass.
So expose their ignorance.
Right.
They don't like
it. So like if you're atheist or Islamic or Christian or whatever, and you're in that debate, and you really if you really believe what you believe, you're 100%. I'm secure.
Yeah.
Like I know what I believe.
Yep.
And you got it all there, and you're like, you're right. There's some problems with my belief system. There's some stuff that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Absolutely.
But I believe it. I'm convinced.
Yep.
You're good.
You're good.
The guy who doesn't have that, who has some doubts, that's the one that's going to come back and
rest.
like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
You can't talk about my religion, whatever it is.
What are you getting mad about, bro?
Yeah.
You're right.
Relax. You know what I mean?
The ability to say that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I need to look into that.
Exactly.
I don't even know. I don't know that one. That's a good fucking point.
Open-minded person.
Like you got me there. I need to look into that. I don't know. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
That's okay. That is okay.
Like when you have enough understanding, and I'm gonna use the ugly word faith. That this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the I believe that 9/11 was a conspiracy.
No.
Not that kind of belief, but like you're firm. You have a firm foundation.
Yeah.
When you have a firm
Done your
foundation,
research.
then when somebody comes to you with something that and points out, well, that part doesn't make sense. Like you're right.
Yeah.
Like that part doesn't make sense,
Yep.
and I just have to accept that on faith because I don't understand it.
Yep.
Yep.
And I wish I did.
Exactly.
And
And that's
and
okay.
maybe
That's
maybe
okay.
that's something where you've got a good point, and I'll look
Exactly.
into that.
Exactly.
Or not.
Exactly.
But either way, like there's a huge difference between that person who's got that firm foundation of whatever it is,
Whatever it is.
and somebody who's just like, well, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That's what I woke up.
Yeah.
Woke up like this.
Yep. Man, bro.
Born this way. This is, I don't know why. But,
And I don't care to know why.
right.
I just
I'm
don't want to.
not gonna question it because then I would be wrong. That's
Right.
more than anything in the world. I can't be looked at as wrong.
That's I talk about this sometimes. It's like there's a big difference between I like to be correct.
There's no room for growth.
Like I am
Indeed.
100% like
Indeed.
I want to be correct.
Yep.
That's not the same as saying I want to be right.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Because if I'm incorrect and you know the correct answer, I need that
I
information.
want that. Yeah.
So I
Like,
can be correct.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Right.
And if I come and say well, the so and so had this many rushing yards last
Right.
year, and you're like, no, he didn't. Like, all right, show me the stats.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh wow.
That's easy.
That's
like
easy.
it's
bro.
like
and it's where
I'm
we get
wrong.
into problems is sometimes it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes sifting out what's true and what's facts.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not as easy as looking up a stat.
Googling a
stat.
Sometimes there's judgment calls that have to be made, and some people place more importance on one thing
It was a
than
catch.
another.
We told
Another.
y'all it was a catch in Green Bay
yeah.
4 years ago. It was a catch 5 years ago. 6 years ago, it was a catch. It took y'all, changing the rules to say it was a catch. Because y'all wanted to be right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being correct.
And that and as long as we're talking, as long as we're on, we've opened the door.
Right.
As long as we're talking about that changing, that didn't work so well.
Yeah.
Next year we're going to change the rules so so we have a clearer position. That is how civil society works.
Yes. Or should work.
Like you look at
Right.
that and you say,
we
yeah,
coulda got it-
you
we got it
were
wrong.
right. But that is how
exactly.
civil society
That's
works.
how-
Yeah.
that is-
We look
I
at,
agree.
that thing we did last time didn't work that well.
Yep.
We need to try a different way.
Yeah.
And looking at what worked, what didn't work,
Yep.
and saying,
What
hey,
actually-
this is something we can do that will have a positive effect. Like it will make a change. It'll fix that problem.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how we make progress.
And that's going to make you
I agree.
better.
And that's going to make you better. That's going to make you individually better. It's going to make you as a society
Collectively.
better.
Yeah, man. Instead of just continuing to mosey down this wrong way of doing things.
Right. And the thing is though, that takes that how do we be right? That takes how can we correct the situation? And sometimes correcting the situation takes more work than just saying, I was right.
Yeah. Instead of saying,
1000%.
Correcting the situation means you got to go back and rewrite the rule books.
yeah.
Yeah.
Correcting the situation means that,
Yeah.
that people may have to go to training.
There's no such thing as
Pride-
climate
look,
change.
Pride and ego is not going to let the desire to be right outweigh
Right.
wanting to be being open to being corrected.
Yep.
Like, nah.
Pride, ego, and capital.
Nah. Yes.
Right.
I'm
Right.
Yeah.
I am right.
That,
Like
that
that.
money will make people
You can-
say, yeah,
yeah,
no,
right.
I'm right.
Especially getting
Even
it-
if that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah,
I'm
especially
right.
getting applauded for you saying what you when you're getting applauded
Yeah, bro.
for you
Yeah.
speaking in your rightness,
Yeah.
Right.
and people are,
Yep.
oh, that's gonna even like get them roots in there even
Yeah.
deeper.
Super
We've
sad.
heard the term righteous anger,
Oh yes,
which is usually as you just made the connection, it's usually not righteous anger. It's usually rightness anger.
That's right. It's not
I like that. That's a good term. That's a good. I remember that one.
That's it, man.
But yeah,
that's good stuff, Jay. That's
really
good stuff, man. I appreciate that, bro. We appreciate that. Bringing that fire, man.
Yeah, Elon bought Twitter, fired everybody,
and fired everybody.
Hey, go get Twitter, y'all.
The world is burning down before our eyes.
Go get Twitter and let's find the edges. Y'all just start throwing crazy stuff out there, man. See what they
absolutely
see what they shut down first.
So actually the first thing they've done is that they had talked about doing this before, but only after it had been pointed out that somebody's going to buy Twitter and either shut it down or do something with it, which was blue checks are now a subscription service. It's not some obscure thing that nobody really quite understands how it happens, and it's basically a subscription service.
Wow.
There's benefits. There's
That's a good move.
You get stuff if you subscribe.
You get
to
more
the
reach.
Which
you get more.
One of the most calm social media platforms that doesn't have all this controversy, LinkedIn, has been doing the subscription service and
the verification
for years.
Yep.
Imagine.
Just hanging in
Figure the odds.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
They got it right though.
Yeah, well, and there's a reason for that. There's lots of reasons why they did it that way. It's employee focused.
And revenue drives in more revenue.
Drives in revenue, and they've got tools for that too. But
no doubt.
But the side effect of a decision that I do believe for LinkedIn was primarily revenue driven was that now they don't have nearly the level of craziness that some of the other ones do.
Yep. Because this can affect your livelihood.
Because it's going to it could affect your livelihood. And,
so now they're going to do contracts. More contracts.
Right.
Yeah.
MLB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every MLB player.
Yeah.
The NBA. Just contracts.
But it's the thing is, like, if you're this is an I think statement, right? This is something I believe to be true, and I would definitely entertain being corrected.
Right.
But I believe that when the facts, the contract, the facts of the contract are transparent, when what we're doing is transparent, then the capital response, the follow the money, ends up being much more suited to the general well-being of society. Like the money, how the money gets spent, where the money comes from, when that's transparent, when the rules are transparent, I think that generally is better for society.
That's such a nasty word, though, Jonas.
What's that?
No one likes transparency.
Oh,
they just want control.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't want it to apply to me, but
I'm just saying.
Right.
I agree with you.
I'm all for salary transparency, except for when it's mine.
Just companies.
Really.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, even that would be a step in the right direction, though.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like realistically.
The transparency. You better not ask for that.
No, sir.
Don't ask for that, because they will take it all away, or they'll keep you on hold for a minute, bro. Because I don't want you to see what they have going on that back end.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah. Just saying, bro. But anywho, this has been a great one, bro. Welcome back to the building, baby.
Glad to be back.
Loved it. You know what I'm saying? Loved it, man. Loved it, man.
Had a good time with that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, we'll see y'all, man. We got a very special guest next week, man. CEO of Game Square, a.k.a. GSQ, Mr. Justin Kenner, former FaZe Clan member. Man, it's going to be a good one. He's got a raspy voice for y'all straight out there. It's going to be fun, man. Can't wait to have him on, but we'll see y'all next week, next Wednesday, sometime around